you, Mr. Speaker. I'm afraid I've been scooped once again. Forestry is one of Alberta's top renewable export industries, known for being a reliable, sustainable employer through good times and bad. As oil prices remain low and we lean on forestry and agriculture to further diversify Alberta's economy and create new jobs, we need to support the growth by reducing risk. My question is to the Minister of Agriculture and Forestry. In a year that will continue to see record-breaking drought conditions, why did your government think it was a good idea to cut wildfire management funding by $400 million?
Minister of Municipal Affairs.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to the member for the question. We are tremendously proud of the excellent work the fire crews who have been assisting with local communities this week, and certainly we continue to make the commitment, and the Premier restated that today, that we absolutely will ensure that the money needs to be spent to protect the communities and forests will be done. We've continued to commit to baseline funding, but we will add an emergency fund as if needed, the exact same funding structure from right across this country with other provinces.
First supplemental.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Given that this year will most likely be a bad one for wildfires in Alberta, and given that you cut specific funding for wildfire management, to the Minister, how will you protect the livelihoods of Alberta's forest industry producers if you won't fund disaster relief specifically for them?
Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you again to the member for the question. Certainly, being from Slave Lake, I get it. I get what fires are about. I dealt with it. I watched my community deal with it. I watched them continue to recover. And, Mr. Speaker, I can say that this government is committed to making sure that that does not happen. We are committed to protecting Albertans. This is about safety, and we will continue to be committed to safety.
Second supplemental.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Given that Alberta's air tanker contracts have been reduced from 123 days to 93 days this year, and given that these tankers will leave Alberta when they are hired elsewhere with solid budgets for wildlife or wildfire management, to the Minister, who will be left to fight Alberta's wildfires this year?
Maybe the Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thanks again for the question. Mr. Speaker, the main period for fighting forest fires is mid-May to mid-August, and last year 96% of wildfires were in these 3 months. We have air tanker contracts in place for this time, and but having said that, if we need additional support, we'll extend the contract. We have relationships with other provinces, with other agencies right across there, and we are fully committed that if Albertans need support in terms of fighting fires across this province, they will have it.